Hey, I'm Jeremy Saffer. We're going to talk about the difference between strobe and continuous lighting and why you would use one over the other and the benefits of using continuous lighting. So when shooting, I'm usually doing both, shooting strobe and shooting continuous. They provide two different benefits. If I'm in an environment where I really need to control the lighting and there's a lot of natural light, I need those strobes for the power. If I have a room like this where I have full light control, I'm going to use continuous because I don't have to dial things in. I just set up the lights and the way they look is exactly the way it's going to look in camera. A lot of the shoots I do are very short time-wise. So 5-minute shoots, 1-minute shoot, 30-second shoots. So being able to just fire and fire and fire and fire without having to wait for a recharge time, a reset time, having to check and make sure everything's 100% with micro adjustments, that's why I would use continuous lighting. And the reason I really dove into it is it's so much easier to use when shooting mirrorless. You set them up, what you see is what you get. Another big difference between strobe and continuous lighting, when you're shooting strobe and you want to use colors, you have a stack of gels. Back in the day, I had stacks and stacks and stacks of gels. They were a pain in the butt to change. Now it's all in light. If you get a light that's RGBWW, like these tubes here, like the Nanlite tubes, you can just change the color with a dial and you have all the colors in the world, which is awesome. With tubes, with LEDs, with cogs, with all of the things I use that are continuous lighting, you can see with the BTS exactly what it's going to look like in camera at a different angle, which is great. Looks great anytime I'm doing BTS reels or showing BTS of what the setup was. And it's awesome to go back to that and say, okay, this is what I did with the lighting. This is how I can recreate it on another set. So someone like me who shot strobe for 20 years, moving into shooting LEDs, having the modifiers I use for strobes for LEDs is awesome. Having the parabolics, having the octas, having the softboxes, having everything that I use with strobes available for LEDs is amazing. And all of the lighting I do with strobe, I can do with LEDs. So when I was shooting strobe, my sweet spot for bands, shooting groups of 5 or more, ISO 100 f8 at a 1/60th. That's my sweet spot. That's where I wanted to get with LEDs, realizing very quickly I couldn't without burning out the retinas of my subjects. So I noticed at ISO 200, ISO 400, I could get the same thing. At ISO 400, I can shoot at f5.6, f8 at a 100th, 1/60th and nail the shot exactly the way I want it. I can still get the exact look I want with LEDs that I get with strobe. I love that it's so quick. And when I have to do those really quick photo shoots, which are often those 1-minute, 2-minute, 5-minute photo shoots, you just turn it and it's there. I don't have time to do those changes with strobes, but I can knock those out when I'm shooting LED. And that's why when I have those quick, stressful shoots, it's less stressful. It takes a lot of work out of it and makes it so much easier when I'm using LEDs. Biggest thanks to Uptown Shots in Harlem, New York for this incredible space, to Nanlite for the amazing lights, and hopefully you learned something and got something out of this. If you have any questions, leave them below. Pick up a camera, take your shot.